It's that time of the year again. That means it's a Mahindra extravaganza. Happy Independence Day, by the way. I'm here with a very special guest at a very special event. Pratap Bose, what a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you. Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day to you as well.
Thank you.
And truly happy. All the merriment here with 4 concepts on this new platform. This is the future, Pratap. This is what you've been working on for a while.
That's right. You know, this is, we've set these concepts free on our Freedom New event. And these are all based on our new IQ architecture, which covers, just under 4 meters to 4.3. It brings products into a different segment from what we showed in August 22.
Yeah.
That was also another landmark event for us. And yes, this is part of our future growth.
Pratap, we've seen you on stage at all the keynotes. We know you're very passionate about design. Some would say the Johnny Ive of the auto world. And you're also passionate about so many things. I'll tell you why. Food and culture. You're just amazing as a presence on stage. But tell me, what are those inspirations when you get to the drawing board with these concepts? I know that your team has certain principles. Hardcore is at the heart of it. It's not just it's not just a term that you've coined.
No.
You really walk the talk with it.
Yeah. We believe in authenticity. And when we say we are going to make core SUVs or design core SUVs, that's where, all of this comes in. Mm-hmm. And if you see the wheel sizes, if you see the stance of the car, if you see the shoulders on the car, the length of the bonnet, these are SUV cues which are very important to us in the design team. Because if you don't do them, or if you don't have them intrinsic to the architecture, it becomes superficial. So we don't want to do hatchbacks which are sort of pumped up. These have got to be authentic.
That's true, though. We spoke about how there is a sort of an illusion of space sometimes. It's not just the specs and the dimensions like you're talking about. We're standing in front of the 60, then there's the T, there's 2 more with the compact SUV as well. How do you discern between all of them now? Because they're all your babies, I know, but how do you really tell the difference?
Yeah, so look, we have 5 very strong brands. So, Thar, Scorpio, Bolero, X, let's say, and we added, B to that last November. So we have 5 brands with 5 very distinct product identities.
Yep.
And I'll tell you why. It's because the customers are very, very different. We have seen that there's very little cannibalization in any of our brand names.
Right.
Even though they operate at the same price point or have even the same dimensions. Because the customers are like that.
Yeah.
A Thar customer is a Thar customer. And we'll wait, as you know, for months. And will not switch to something else within our family.
Absolutely.
So keeping the DNA of the individual brands is important.
I'll tell you why I'm curious, Pratap, because if you look at, some of these, the design language is back to the future for me, and it's very reassuring for us SUV, pure SUV buffs, but very different from the BE range, because when the XEV and the BE6 came out, that looked like something from the future. Is that a conscious decision to say this is how these concepts are going to look, and that's how the Born Electric vision is going to shape up?
In Born Electric, we also have XEV product.
That's right. Yeah.
So Born Electric is not just B.
Yeah.
B,
on the Inglo platform.
Yes, that's right. So B happens to be one of the sub brands that we have.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's very important to attract a new set of customers.
Yeah.
Which perhaps didn't want a product in any of the 4 existing names that we had.
Yeah.
So when we introduced the Inglo, we also added the 5th sub-brand called B.
Yeah.
And we saw this. We see this play out. People who've never entered a Mahindra showroom before have driven out with a B.
Yeah.
And that just shows that there is ways of expanding your offering.
Yeah.
We spoke about the white spaces today. And we are very lucky to have 5 brands which allow us to do that.
It's interesting, and I don't know whether this is worth a wager or not, but we know that these are quite refined concepts. How much of this translates to reality eventually?
Yeah.
How production ready are they?
So look, in August 22, we showed the sort of vision statements, and a lot of people thought that they're going to remain concepts. In November 25, we sort of launched those products. Sorry, November 24, we launched them. And people still think that they're concept cars on the road. I think, it's very important when you show the trailer of the film, when you see the film itself, it should live up to the trailer and not be something else.
Absolutely.
So, I think the clue is when we said that, we are going to start launching these cars from 2027. which is literally, 14, 18 months away.
Yeah.
So that should tell you how close we are to a production level of engineering and design.
We've spoken so much about the cars, Pratap, but I have to pick your brain on one more thing. These cars are very, very popular on social media. Mahindra launches are always the talk of the town, and many towns, so to speak.
Yeah.
But then there's also flack that you sometimes receive
Yeah.
for design, because it's not everyone's cup of
That's
tea.
right.
It's polarizing. How do you deal with it when you go back to the design team saying, hey, we did a good job? Yesterday we saw the Batman edition of the B6E, and to be very honest with you, that was a very, very interesting design. Congratulations, we finally have an official Batmobile, which is an official partnership that
Yes,
you guys have
that's
worked
true.
on.
That's
But how do you deal with that criticism and flack sometimes?
No, look, I think not everyone is your customer, but those who are your customers should love it, And I think indifference is also not a great thing. People who are not your customer are not your customer. That's fine. If we can, sway them towards us, of course, that's
Yeah.
great. But we will never do it at the cost of alienating the true lovers of Mahindra brands.
Okay.
That is fundamental to me. It's not about making everybody happy at the cost of, really making your core unhappy. So that's where we are.
Just to sum it all up, as a last question, I know these are 4 very special concept cars, but if you had to sum each of them up in a couple of words, or even a sentence, how would we do it? With starting off with the
So
60.
the SXT and the T, I call them born iconic. The Vision S is solid yet sporty, and the Vision X is a creature of the night. I mean, it's a stealth, aircraft on 4 wheels.
Should I put you on the spot? Can
Go
you
ahead.
pick a favorite?
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be tough. No, I can't do that. It'll be too unfair.
They all serve a purpose.
They do.
Awesome. And you got to tell me now, is there any other surprise or one more thing moment that you are planning, which we could expect? When is the Thar EV really coming to life?
So look, I think what we've shown here is a preview of a Thar and a Thar EV. We showed a vision in South Africa, and we brought it into this format.
Yeah.
And hopefully from 2027 onwards, we'll start seeing these hit the showroom.
Pratap, that wow factor that comes with Mahindra cars, and especially EVs, is a huge thanks to you. So thank you for joining us. And thank you for making them look this good.
Thank
and more
you.
power to you for when the Thar EV actually comes onto
Thank
the
you
road.
very
What a
much.
pleasure, Pratap. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.